A number of us can appreciate the importance of value addition to an agro-based economy like Uganda, having had huge losses because of exporting, by and large, raw materials. Now, in this segment, we're speaking to an entrepreneur who's adding value to jackfruit seeds and is making a killing, so to speak.
Nata products are natural organic products. Basically right now, spices, but we have a hope of doing even snacks. Our basic product is jackfruit seeds, and we have a spice from jackfruit seeds powder, which can be cross-used. You can use it as a spice for food, as a spice for tea. You can even add to porridge and other cookings like pastes and so many others. It is a nutritious product for all ages, from the pregnant moms to the grandmoms. Why jackfruit seeds powder or products? During COVID time, I was in the business of fruits and juices, fresh fruits and fresh juices. And when I was doing that, I found out that jackfruit is one of the preferred fruits in Uganda. And it prompted me to read about it. And I found out that actually the seeds are more nutritious than the fruit itself. When you eat a seed of the fruit that has seeds, you have the benefit of the 70+% of its nutrients. If you just eat the fruit, they say the pulp, you've eaten only 25 or below of its benefits. So that's how I ventured into jackfruit. And when I kept reading about it, I found out I could really make other products out of it. And it is currently the preferred fruit all over the world. It is a new product everywhere, but it's also a preferred fruit. People are even eating the whole fruit, like pulled meat, the famous pulled meat that is taking all our jackfruits when they are still young. After finding out that it was a viable project to do, my next step was like, how do I get the fruits? My first thought was get the seeds from the fruit vendors. I tried fruit vendors, but I found out that the fruit vendors could not give me the product that I wanted. I wanted to give, at Nata I would say, eating right is an investment. And food is not just the particle that you eat or the solid thing that you take inside, but food entails a lot. Even food handling is food itself. So I found out that, that the fruit vendors were not going to give me that part of SOP, the production, the food handling wasn't going to be possible if I am to use the fruit vendors. So I decided to work with farmers, and the farmers also were not so much going to give me my products on time. It was costly. I could get all the fruits, but if I wasn't going to use the pulp, then it was going to be very expensive. So I decided to work with the fruit stores. I work with the fruit stores, those that get the fruits, and then I get the overripe fruits. I cut them and get out the seeds. There it is cheaper because like overripe are not sold in the market, so I can use the overripe fruits, pull out the seeds that they could have thrown away, and then I use the fruit, the seeds. You have the product. Are you going to eat it yourself? No. You have the product, how are you going to get people to know it? So I began with my friends. They became my market sample. So they tested, they kept using the product, they liked it, and then from there I started using meetings. I could sell my products in the meetings, and then they could order direct from me. Then I started also exhibitions, and the exhibition that was an icebreaker into the product was the Juakari exhibition. When I went to Juakari exhibition, and I was connected by one of the groups that I belong to, the YSAVE group. They are the ones that connected me to Juakari exhibition. So when it was a big market, so when I was there, I was able to get other groups, and through those groups, I've got a lot of connections to other markets outside Uganda and the rest of Uganda. The main product, which is plain jackfruit seeds powder, is certified. So I had to, before I even moved to any market, myself, I had to be confident that the food I'm selling in the market, though we have been roasting them and eating them, I did not know that it fits it qualifies as a food in the general standards. So I had to first go for testing. I went to UNBS. This one already has a mark, the jackfruit seeds powder. Rain has a mark, so it is the mother product. I have the one with ginger, we have the one with ginger, but this is the mother product. And we are also in the process of making the rest of them or get the mark, and we are able to launch out in the bigger markets. Having said all this, that the market is there, the product is nice, it is nutritious, it is medicinal. If I could say that, it doesn't go without challenges. Starting from the users, it is very hard for someone to accept to eat. At least maybe if it was cosmetics, something you use, the clothes, something, but something someone takes inside, is very hard for them to take on a new product, however much it is natural and safe. So it has been like a bit challenging. We need to talk a lot about it. We need to emphasize the uses and all that. My achievement number one is we have a good product in the market that can reverse all the illnesses if we accept and use it well. That is number one. Secondly, another achievement is, like I have told you, in 1 year to have reached to have big supermarkets. I work with like Mega Standards, Senena, Millennium, and other supermarkets. In a few years from now, if I believe I will have something set up like this with a group of people that I can incubate, not only theoretically, but help them to make products in tangible projects.
Do you know that social services can actually be good catchment areas for business? In this segment, we speak to a doctor and he's giving us tips on what it takes to actually invest in a hospital.
Someone who like to have start off a business, I started with a salary loan of 9 million by then. But it's not about money, it's about service. If you get your loan, you buy equipment, you start them, you start working and you hope to get profits in a medical field, then you're in a wrong field, because you never predict when someone is going to fall sick. All you need to do is to give better service and give it time. Everyone knows how much it costs to get loans. The interest is around 23%. If you buy, say, a scan which is around $115, that's around 55 million. It will take you 20 years to get that money out. So it's about the service. Otherwise, if you say the business and say I'm opening up a clinic or a hospital, I want my profits in 10 days or 20 years, then it is not possible. It's all about giving better service and saving lives.
Now, this show is dedicated to bring you new innovations. Innovations that are helping the innovators actually realize business or monetize their creations. But then also, innovations that serve society and meet the problems, some of the problems society is contending with.
Faced with high energy costs and shrinking disposable income due to the rising inflation among others, households are increasingly getting encouraged to embrace innovative energy solutions. including biogas.
The past 30 years, biogas penetrated to the market slowly with biogas company, dome builders who did a remarkable job, and their products still exist and they still work, and there is a demand for them. But the demand is, the word gets around, but we need tremendous force.
The challenge to some users has, however, been the cost of installing biogas systems. But today, innovators are now going into creating prefabricated systems.
Now, in terms of our product is a prefabricated system. It was designed in simplicity. As long as you follow the rules of feeding the system feed it in the right quantities, the system is it's an anaerobic process. It's gonna naturally produce biogas, and then we can use it in the kitchen as our main source of energy.
So how does this system work?
We need basic things that the environment of the biogas system to work. We need good climate. We need above 20 degrees average a year, which here in Uganda we have it. Great weather for biogas. We need water, especially in the beginning, to fill up the system. But then, we can't. It's harder to work in dry areas. We need feed. The customer, the one that is using the biogas, needs to feed on a regular basis, on a daily basis, kitchen waste, organic waste, or animal manure. So these are the basic things that one should have in order for the system to work.
Besides the savings done on energy, biogas has other attending advantages to the user.
The system can save users $30 to even $40 US dollars a month on purchasing energy for cooking, whether it's charcoal, whether it's LPG. So this is the return on investment that a customer of biogas, of home biogas, will be able to save.
To a farmer today, especially in the prevailing climate challenged environment, biogas offers some answers.
The system provides about 5 hours of cooking gas a day, and then it produces about, if you feed it on a regular basis, there is going to be more than 100 liters of bioslurry, which is the fertilizer, that should be diluted. So we're talking about between 200 to 400 liters of biofertilizer that can be used directly on crops on a daily basis.
Well, that's all we had for you in this week's edition of Money and Market. Thank you for being part of the show. Now, as usual, we'd like to keep the conversation going. We have these and more stories on our digital platforms, on YouTube, on Twitter, Facebook. Now, join us, engage us on the digital channels, and let's have the conversation going. I've been your host, Charles Woji. Now, from me and team, I'd like to wish you a very good evening, and God bless.